This video is going to be going over the new Hasbro Tigra, as it says, the feline fury. I don't know if it's actually something they ever used as a tagline for her. Tigra is Greer Grant. She is the second form that Greer Grant takes. Interestingly enough, that is not at all mentioned on the box. This is the nice retro card box that everybody's going crazy for. It's why they've been putting them out. They know that it's a big cash cow. They're gonna milk the heck out of it with these boxes. All it says on the back, for some reason, is fast feline reflexes and a prehensile tail make Tigra a dazzling force to be reckoned with. Don't know why they chose dazzling. Interesting word choice, but whatever, it doesn't really go with her at all. It's pretty basic stuff that she comes with. It's just a second head and some fists. She doesn't have anything to hold, nothing like that. So I'll go ahead and pull her out. I wanted to show this though. She first appears as the cat. That is her first superhero mantle, where she wears it as the suit. You may be looking at that and going, oh, that's Hellcat. Well, technically, yes. Greer Grant wore the suit of the cat, what? 4 issues of this mini-series, The Claws of the Cat, right? And then she became Tigra. She got this amulet, right? The amulet, from these underground cat people. It's a long story. And she becomes Tigra. There's some issues with it. And then you have Patsy Walker, who becomes the next version of the cat. All of my stuff leaning up is falling over. Here you go. And that is Patsy Walker becoming Hellcat in Avengers 144, where she is off as Patsy Walker, just being friends with the Avengers. And she winds up, let's see if I can get that to stay like that. And she winds up finding the suit of the cat. I believe it is Captain America and Iron Man who are there with her. And they kind of give her their sign-off of approval. It does cause some issues with Greer because that was her suit. She was the cat. Now Patsy's wearing the suit going as Hellcat. But that does get sorted out. I know there are writers, you know, through the years who still like to have a little cat fight, you know, pun intended, I guess, between the two of them. But they do sort their problems out back not long after Patsy becomes Hellcat, in some issues of West Coast Avengers, which is the team that Greer is on as Tigra when she becomes Tigra after being attacked. Let's pop her out of this. I actually have those issues of West Coast Avengers, and this is kind of tough. I just don't want to have to go digging and figure out which box they're in. My comics aren't really greatly organized at the moment. And there's a lot of them, so it's problematic. And I'm just going to leave Patsy here because they're buds and it's fun. So this, my first reaction when we took her out of the box was, holy hell, she's neon orange. And I gotta stand by that. Even looking at the box art, she's not quite... There's a little bit of tone change in here. I'll give them that. You get a little bit, you can't even tell in the camera that much, but it's like the tiniest bit darker, you know, in this area, I guess. Which honestly, I kind of want to say that that's just the plastic, because you look down here and there's no way they did this on purpose, where, I don't know if I'm focusing, my camera's doing this right, where the knee is so much paler than the rest. That's gotta be a plastic, something wrong with the plastic that way, you know. And her hands are slightly different. It's just the color is very much off in my opinion. This is super orange. Her hands, they are a little bit of a different text. They're a little bit different plastic than the rest of her. So I don't know, maybe it is, that's what it is. I don't know. As for her design, I guess they did sculpt that in. It keeps wanting to focus on the comics. I guess they did sculpt that in the tiniest little bit, but they didn't do a very good job at it. You see up here in the shoulder, I have a broken nail. Up here on the shoulder, it's kind of messed up. And you can actually see on the camera there, the line of the sculpt is very off, where the line of the paint is. That is a really shit paint job. There is a tiny bit of, is that the only place they have that on her? Okay, so there's, you can kind of see the fur. I'm trying to get, oops, you can kind of see the fur that they sculpted into her shoulder a little bit here. Exciting. It's just a little bit, it looks like there's a little bit on her elbow. Ooh, which is super stiff. This is pinless, as was the, oh, super stiff. Whatever the last video I posted was also pinless, and I didn't even mention it because it's not what I was interested in. That's her little Tigra thing. It's sculpted in, her little charm that makes her Tigra from the underworld cat colony people. There's terminology that's better for all of this. It's just, I couldn't find that. I don't want to have to go through all my comics to find that one. I could probably look it up. But they did a pretty good job with the design. Obviously, it's very different than how it looks on the box. She's wearing a sports bra on the box. And this is more of an accurate to what we are used to her seeing. It's kind of funny that way. Little bit of sculpt on the undies as well. Better paint job down in that region. A little bit of even texture on her underwear there, and up here right above her tail you can kind of see it too. That's kind of a funny detail. The tail itself is probably, I would say, oh, it comes out. It's not a ball joint. That's odd. You would really think they would have given this a ball joint. That just is very strange looking. I'm gonna put that back in. Okay, it kind of like pops in, but it's not a ball joint. If they had done a ball joint, this would have worked out way better. But it's, I don't know, it's slightly textured. You can kind of see that. It's very slightly textured in places, not all the way through. Kind of odd. Her hair, standard hair issue, won't let her look up, but she does tilt up to the unfortunate chest gap. That's kind of an issue they've had with female figures recently, and I don't know why they aren't doing anything to make that better. I don't know, maybe it's because if Patsy wouldn't have that, I don't think, because she doesn't even, her hair's so long she can't even bend backwards. Holy shit, those different era of Hasbro failures right there. I love Patsy. She just deserves a better figure so badly. And this one's knees are giving out as well, the joints, and like, and they painted, this is blue leg and this is yellow leg, so they had to paint over the blue and it's different colors, and this is so nicely shaded. Oh my god, just me whining about Hasbro's female figures again. The face on this, though, that's what I keep wanting to go to next, is the face. We had heard some people saying that their figures they felt looked juvenile, and I would agree. This looks like a far too young woman than Greer Grant would be at this point in time in her. God damn it, the tail fell off again. They did give her some butt cheeks, which is kind of funny. I foresee this maybe being an issue because this is not a very good tail. The tail itself is fine, but the joint is crummy. And also I had an issue earlier when I was noticing her feet. I think I'm going to have my husband heat these up to get the joints to move, because that is not bending out of this position, which is not going to be something that she can stand in like that. Oops, sorry, Patsy. So very interesting. The joints, she's pinless, which the feet have always been pinless. I'm looking at Patsy from different angles. Yeah, the feet have always been pinless. But this is not an improvement in any way. This is bad. Oh, got it. Got it to move. All right, now that it's gone once, I think I get a little bit of wiggle in there now. It's semi improved. Other foot, I'll keep working on. Ooh, this tiny bit of, that's so odd. It looks like she was shaving and she just missed these spots on her knees. Right above the knee, there's some texture of hair. It really looks like she missed some spots while shaving. They should have given her far more texture of hair and it would have looked way more natural. Oh, weird. Let's go ahead and pop on her other head, which we'll take a look at real quick. Oops. It is not as juvenile. I guess that could be the same face. Get that so you can see. Let's pop this off. You can look at the nice comics in the background for a second. Oh dear. All right, we got juvenile head down, angry head going on. And there was never a time where Greer was a teenager in the comics. That is Patsy. Patsy was the teen comic heartthrob, whatever, romance back in the 50s. Which is why then she was brought into the main Marvel universe, became a friend of the Avengers as Patsy, and then always wanted to be a superhero because of her, I can't get this head on, because of her upbringing. And Greer, I'm not entirely sure her backstory, to be honest. I have no idea the history of her becoming the cat. It goes over it kind of briefly in the second issue, but it's super confusing without context. I'm having issues getting this head on still. Her torso keeps moving, and I'm trying to hold it. Well, I'll just show you this for a second. This pin thingy, this is the improved joint that I've been waiting for them to start putting on female figures for ages. They premiered it, I don't know how long ago, on some figure, and it has like not been used for whatever reason on a plethora of female figures released since then. And now it looks like they're finally getting it back on here. I don't know why I'm struggling so hard getting this head on. We'll see. Oh, I feel like it's definitely... That's not on right. That is definitely not on right. It's not quite in. It's definitely because of that pin that this is difficult, because the pin keeps moving. I try to press the head on and it just bops sideways. So let me see if I can maybe go about this a different way. I really don't want to break it. Please, Tigra. Super incorrect. Whatever, I can't get it on. I'm gonna have to ask for help later and get this on. Oh, the rest of her joints and things being pinless, other than being pinless, I mean, are pretty standard. She does have the double jointed elbows, which I would show you on her head. Oh, I would show you touching her head. Can we even get this double joint to joint? And this one is the opposite. That's the thing about double jointed elbows. They don't count if they don't work. I can't get that one to go at all. Will this one be easier because I can bend it over my finger? Nope, it won't be easier. I feel like I'm just gonna break that if I try any harder. Let's see if I can get this juvenile head back on her. It might just be that head's issue, or it's me issue, more likely. Oh, I'm surprised my cat hasn't interrupted this. Oh, I did get the head on. Okay, well, maybe it is the other head's issue. So I'm looking around to see where the hell my cat is. All right, well, I can't get the other head on, unfortunately, but this one is on perfectly fine. So let's zoom it out to the girls and see if I can't figure out how the heck I can maybe make her stand. She does have the fists too. I'm not going to put those on because if you've ever had an action figure, you know what fists versus not fists look like. I mean, if you're a human, I think that might be enough. Traditionally, as always, there's no calf twist for the female legs, so I am having that little bit of an issue trying to find, with her very stiff other joints, a position that her feet want to be in to hold her up. Trying to find a balance here. I don't think the tail is really going to hinder that much. Just to test that out, I'll twist it the other way. It's because this back foot, I just can't quite. Oh, was that it? Nope. It's very stiff. I'm trying to get it into like, it has like 2 spots it wants to snap into in the joint. I need to be like between those spots. She's totally gonna fall. Yep. I should really get background music so it's not just this awkward silence of me fudging with action figures. Oh. Huzzah! Ignore that I did that. So there we go. Let's... Boink. Nice. That's actually really shit quality. Let's go back out and just walk it in. Look at that. Unfortunate that I can't get this other head on for whatever reason. But I think it would be the head that I'm gonna have on the shelf with her once I can get an assist to getting this on her. And it'll also be a head that she can get positioned around in more because there's not as much hair in the way of everything. Really wish she had come with something. I have no idea what that could have been, but something. And now looking at the box art one final time, the fingernails. They really should have painted this. Same with the toenails. Missed opportunity there. They could have done, like I said, a little bit better job with the paint on the straps specifically of her bikini. Other than that, the only thing I really think they should have improved on, you know, the color, obviously, very much could have been improved, but also the weird patchy fur that kind of makes it look like she just missed spots when she was shaving, which she wouldn't be shaving because, I mean, is it canon that she's covered in fur? I think it would be, right? I don't really know. In any case, standard female figure response. It's, even with the pinless joints, this could be very much greatly improved upon. But I'm happy to have a Tigra for the shelf. At some point, we'll probably get more West Coast Avengers, like, I was gonna say Hawkeye. Well, Hawkeye, we got a classic Hawkeye not too long ago. But, you know, they could probably throw that one back at us again because they do that. Mockingbird, that's what I'm thinking of. Especially after Lady Deathstrike with those funky ass sleeves. Mockingbird is a West Coast Avenger who here's the cat, my cat, who I definitely foresee coming soon. All right, there's the Lucy interlude. I mean, to keep her from knocking stuff over. The end.